Hello everyone, Carlos Flores, back on basics. Before we begin the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so that way you can get notified of any new video that comes on board. Hit the like button if you like this video. So today's video is going to be about life balance. And I say it this way because I've done a video before. This is going to be a shorter video, and it's going to touch bases on just the important stuff, so that way we can move forward, and you can actually watch a shorter one. So there's been a lot of you that recommend for me to do shorter videos, and then if you want to expand on it, you can look at the previous longer videos. So I do shorts. These are going to be like shorter, longer than shorts, but shorter than my previous videos. And so again, life balance. We're going back on basics. So, if you have any topics that you want me to go over, let me know and I'll give you my take on it. Put it in the comment section. Connect with me on Facebook at Carlos Flores Jr. or on Instagram at Back on Basics. So, life balance. How do we start? Well, life balance doesn't mean that life has to be perfect. It doesn't mean that you have to have everything planned, everything written out, everything in the past processed. It doesn't mean that you're not going to be thinking, you're not going to be worried about the future. It just means you're here in the present, here in the moment, in the here and now. Because remember, we've been talking about this all these last few videos. The neutral zone, the here and now. This is the most important time to make decisions about your life, your mind, your physical health, your wealth. Here in the here and now, being mindful about your decisions is important because you have to make sure that you're not being held back by reminiscing and feeling bad about the things that you haven't done in the past, or you're not building a false future of things and having your mind think about, oh, I can see that how it works, so I'm not gonna process as much as I should be. Again, you don't want to be too much in the future, you don't want to be too much in the past. And so life balance is something that it takes your village or your support system to help you. You need people to help you, so that way they can tell you how to get to where you want to get to, where to go to get to where you want to get to. And it also helps with making sure that you're following a step system. For me, it works well. For me, I have up to 3 steps, and that's all I do. Step 1, step 2, step 3. When one of these steps is done, it comes off, and here comes the next one. So let's say I have a 20-step goal, right? Which I've been having with my weight. 20-step goal. So I start with my first 3, right? Once my first 3, right? Once one of them is complete, guess what? The next step comes in. And then when the other one is done, guess what? The next one comes in. I'm constantly working on, at some level, with the most 3 steps. We tend to want to do everything all at once, and that's in human nature. You can't do everything all at once. And that's how, once you start wanting it now, then you start going into the future and thinking, and your mind thinks that you got it. Your mind is like your cheerleader. It says, yeah, you got it. But what's happening is that you're thinking a lot about how it's going to look in the future, instead of being here and now and taking 3 at a time. Does it mean that when you're done with one, you're done? No. You add the next step and the next step and the next step, because what's going to happen is you're going to have that compounding effect, which means it's kind of like a bank statement, right? Or it's kind of like a CD that every day it accrues, it accrues, it accrues a small percentage. But once you start adding that small percentage, it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. It's the same thing with losing weight. I was 263, 265 when I started, two Thanksgivings ago. I slowly started losing. I got all the way down to 213. But then lately I've been going up a little bit. But that's okay. Because you know what? I'm gonna be here now. I'm not gonna reminisce and say, oh, I gained that weight from the past. And I'm not gonna start thinking about that, oh, I'm gonna get that. I get it. Some people tell you to keep an eye on your goal, and you should keep an eye on your goal. Let me say that again. You should keep an eye on your goals. So, but don't think about them being complete. Start focusing on the 3 steps that are right in front of you, and eventually what you're gonna get to is you're gonna get to your goal. Again, being the here and now, being the present, right? Being able to make decisions with not being pulled to the past, not being pulled forward to the future. And so that's a big aspect of life balance. That's a big aspect of making sure that you have mind-body balance. Mind-body balance. Today, we did about 3.5 to 4 miles. We went uphill. We went to this park in Vacaville, California. For those of you that are not in California, and it was wonderful. Check out my shorts with the cows behind me, with the cows in front of me. I mean, it was awesome. I had to learn how to be very quiet and very non-threatening so the cows wouldn't run away. And it was awesome. Some of them were kind of like, slowly moving away from me. But I became focused in the here and now. And believe me, you can see it. You can sense it. The cows were sensing it because they weren't running. They were there and they were like, this person is here and is talking, and I don't feel like I need to run. And so again, having that life balance is important because it'll get your mind sharp. It'll get your physical health up, making sure that you're doing the things that you need to do. So that way you're also making progress in connecting and looking at things all around you. Remember, in the last video I said, clues are all over in the surroundings. How to be successful is all over in the surroundings. Sometimes, believe me, clues are out there. And you need to look, and you need to be in the present in order for you to look at those clues and make sure that you're focused on that. Make sure that you're having that mind-body balance. And so make sure that you look around. Like today, right? I said to myself, again, going back to the cow example, I said to myself, I need to make sure that I am not threatening to these cows. As soon as they feel like I pose a threat to them, they're gone. They would have bolted. But they didn't. It was great. And I felt good. And it was in the present. And again, remember, little things make a big difference. And so that just got me all focused on the rest of the hike, because it was something that was not expected. I wasn't expecting for the cows to be on the other side of the fence. They're usually on the farmer's side of the fence, but I guess because there's so much grass on on the hiking trail, they were on the other side. So again, it just smile. To this point, it is still making me smile. So, life balance, right? Make sure you're not living in the past. Make sure you're not living in the future. You need to live in the here and now, right? And then the most 3 steps in front of you. Once one is done, the next one comes in, or the next one. So again, if you have like a 20 step or even a 10 step process to get to your goals, remember, start with 3. And then when one is done, then you add another one, and another one, and another one, and another. Eventually, if you go 3 by 3 by 3, and then you get to the 1, you'll get to the point where you reach your goals. And you're not overwhelming yourself, because your mind gets overwhelmed when it thinks that it has to do a lot of processing, a lot of work. So make sure you do that. So, life balance is very important, and life balance means a lot of things to a lot of people. Why don't we do this in the comment section? Why don't you tell me what life balance means to you? And what you share with me, I will make sure to do videos on those topics, because again, I want to make sure that I help you get to your goals. I want to make sure that you're balanced in the mind and body. I want to make sure that you get, and you are the most present person here, so that way you can make your decisions, the most optimal decisions, with the help of your support system and even your village. So, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so that way you can get notified of any new videos. Hit the like button if you like this video. The importance of life balance. Life balance is important. So hit the like button. Connect with me on Facebook at Carlos Flores Jr. Connect with me on Instagram at Back on Basics. Till next time, Back on Basics.